So, chapter 12, balance of payment. So, here in chapter 12, we are about to study five points. First one is balance of payment, meaning, then balance of trade, components of balance of payment, autonomous and accommodating item, deficit, and deficit in the balance of payment. Okay, what is balance of payment? What do you mean by actually? So you also studied trial balance in accountancy. Trial
Yes,
balance.
sir.
Okay, so what you will do all the transactions, yeah, cash inflow, cash outflow, and you will balance sheet. Both left hand side, credit side, and debit side, you will may balance up what equally. That is what called as trial balance. Yes or no? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is here? BOP. We will call it as BOP. So every government keeps a record of the transaction that take place between country and the rest of the world during a given period of time. What do you mean by transactions? Anyone? Transaction?
The occurring expenses and revenue receipts.
Yes. Revenue receipts as well as expenditure. Okay. So in previous topic we have discussed, right? Capital budget. There we have discussed revenue, expenditure, revenue receipts, capital expenditure, capital receipts. I will remember. Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Kavisri. So here what happened? It's a government, okay? Government must record the transaction. So what is transaction in the sense? So what all the current what currency we have received, and we have paid to other countries during a period of time. This record is termed as country's balance of payment. Okay. So the balance of payment is an accounting statement that provides a systematic record of all economic transaction between resident of country and the rest of the world in a given period of time. Okay, so it is an accounting statement. So how in bank we will get bank statement, right? Have you all seen your parents' bank statement?
Yes, sir.
If it is January month bank statement means for what all the what transactions they have done, or else they have withdraw money when the statement has first of all date, time, amount, where you withdrawn from the which ATM. Okay, so what is the balance? So like that, the entire month, even week, it is possible for us to get the statement for uh, this past 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. It will be there. So like that. So it is a accounting statement. Okay, it is and also systematic record. Systematic. That's what I said now, like a date. Okay, first date will be there, then time will be there, then amount. What was the amount? 300 rupees. Where we have paid. If it is we are using ATM to pay the petrol bill, Indian Oil Corporation. Okay, money in ore. So all these things will be there. Then what is the balance? So it is a all systematic record of all the economic in the sense it says about the money between resident means it is our country and rest of the world means other abroad foreign countries. Have you all got my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Who are includes in residence? So we will know we have studied in chapter, I think, second chapter, right? Normal resident, citizen. Have you all remembered? Second chapter
Yes,
we have
sir.
studied in macroeconomics. Okay, fine. Let us again they had given here. A resident of a country includes individual forms and government agencies. However, residents do not include diplomatic staff, foreign military personnel, tourists, migratory workers, and branches of foreign companies, even though they work and operate within domestic territory of the country. Okay, so we discussed in chapter 2 who is normal resident, right? A person who works on the center of economy rely in a particular area for more than 1 year, that we will call it as a normal resident. Yes. Okay, fine. So who or will include residents means individuals like you and me, then firms like Reliance, Infosys, then government agencies. So, however, we will not include the for diplomatic staff like air hostess, crew members, foreign military like American or US Army in our country. There is tourist. Okay, and migratory workers. Migratory workers from means the other foreign country people. Okay, migration means they will leave one place to another place for working. So the foreign employees, those are working here. So all these people we will not include in this balance of payment. Next topic is economic transaction. Economic transaction refers to those transactions which involve transfer of title or ownership of goods, service, money, and assets. Okay, yes or no? So what is how we can economic transaction? For example, the toothpaste. So Pepsodent G toothpaste we need to buy from a shop. So before we buy that, the toothpaste will be under the in the shop. Who is the owner for the shop? The shopkeeper. Sorry, who is owner for the Pepsodent G paste? That particular shopkeeper. So after paying money, if it is 54 rupees or 58 rupees, we will pay. After paying money, he will give us water, the paste. Yes or no? So after paying that money, then now who is the owner for that particular paste? Pepsodent GV, the person who paid. Yes or no? Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
ஓகே ஸோ தட் இஸ் வாட் வி ஹியர் எக்கனாமிக் டிரான்சாக்ஷன். ஸோ என்னன்னா ஒரு பொருள் நம்ம காசு கொடுத்தும் வாங்குறோம். அதை வாங்கும் போது அது கூட சேர்ந்து என்ன வருது? டைட்டில்னா என்னது? ஓனர்ஷிப். அந்த அந்த பொருளுக்கு நாம தான் ஓனர் அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்லுவோம். இட் மே பி எதர் கூட்ஸ் இன் த சென்ஸ் இட் இஸ் a tangible, service in the sense it's intangible, even money. Okay, and assets. So here there are broadly classified into 3 items: visible item, invisible item, unilateral, and transfers. So what do you mean by visible item? That is called goods. Yes or no? So goods we
Yes,
can
sir.
touch, we can taste, we can feel. Yes. For example, tab. So for online class, we bought a tab. That tab we can use, we can touch, and we can play, we can use for our classroom. Whereas service we can't touch, but we can feel. What are all the things comes under service? Like shipping is a service, banking, insurance, right? So these are all the things are service. Okay, fine. So there are three categorized of economic transaction. First one is visible item. These include all types of physical goods which are exported and imported. These are called visible item, as they are made of some matter and material and can be seen, touched, and measured. The movement of such item in open and can be verified by officials. What do you mean by custom officials? Customs. So we have in our country we have a custom people. The Iron movie பாத்தீங்களா? Iron. Have you all seen Iron? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
அந்த கஸ்டம், இந்த பொன்வரன் கஸ்டம் ஆபீசரா இருப்பாரு பாத்தீங்களா?
Yes, sir.
So here என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, they will check everything, right? நம்ம ஏதாவது கொண்டு வரோமோ கொண்டு வரலையோ, they will check, especially international இதுக்கு international travel பண்ணும்போது, if you are carrying anything, you can see, just I have shared you one image. So I think one person, he carried this gold. Okay, so that was identified by custom officer. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ஒரு நிமிஷம் ரவி, just pass பண்ணுங்க ஒரு நிமிஷம். So these include all types of physical goods. Physical goods means what? Like what, mobile phones, all the products, tangible products, what we can touch, see. So which are exported and imported. Exported means sales, yeah, right? And imported means we used to buy from other country. These are called visible items, as they are made some matter and or material and can be seen, touched, measured. The movement of such item is open and can be verified by the custom officials. The what do you mean by movement here? So what is called movement? Like for example, if you are purchasing goods from Singapore, okay, it will come to a country through either cargo ship or cargo aeroplanes, yeah. So that is what the movement from one country to another country. Okay, if you are selling from India to America, at that moment the product will move from here to another. So here both the custom officials in India, also we have officers are there, and in Singapore also custom officers are there. They, after verifying, after recording those items, they will send us to the particular product. Next one is invisible item. Okay, suppose for exports we need to pay money, right? So if a person is in resides in Singapore and we are importing goods from Singapore, for example, Yogesh is importing goods from Singapore, then whether he will go to Singapore to pay the money? No, it is not possible. So he has to pay via banking, and it is possible for him to bring commodity by lifting his hands. No, so we need some shipping industries. Like last time we have seen one very big cargo ship Evergreen, which got stuck into Suez Canal. Have you all remember?
Yes, sir.
Even I
Yes,
have
sir.
played, I have shared you videos and pictures. So in that particular Suez Canal itself, per day it is. I know you know you. I think you know very well about Suez Canal. Anyhow, in Indian Economy Chapter 1, we will discuss in detail. Okay, so per day ஒரு நாளைக்குன்னு பார்த்தோம்னாக்கா 300 ships வந்து என்ன ஆகும், சூயஸ் கனல்ல வரும் போகும். ஸோ அதுக்கு வந்து எப்படி பைபாஸ்ல we need to pay, இந்த டோல்கேட்ல பே பண்றோம், அந்த மாதிரி they have to pay. It is a shortest way for them to reach our Asian continent and other continents. Fine, let us back. So insurance also, it's a service, so that we can't touch but we can feel. So which are given and received. These are called invisible items and they cannot be seen, touched or measured. So there is a second category. What is third category? Unilateral transfer. What do you mean by unilateral transfer? So bilateral means, so I am giving money to Vishwa and again Vishwa return back to the money, return me the back. Sorry, return me the money back to me. So this is bilateral. Unilateral means like gifts. So suppose if anyone giving you gifts, is it a unilateral or bilateral? Only unilateral, right? Then personal remittance and other are a one-way transaction. Since these transactions do not involve any claim for repayment, They are known as unrequired transfers. Okay. For example, personal remittance. Your dad. Suppose you, after completing your 12th standard. So Miss Kavishri, she is doing her planning to do her higher studies in America, US. So for her dad will pay the fee, right? That is what also called as personal remittance. Okay. So these unilateral transaction we will not include. Okay. We will not involve in any client. Okay. That's why it is called as unrequired transfer. The last one is capital transfer. Capital transfer relate to capital receipts through borrowing or sale of assets, and capital payment through repayments or purchase of assets. So I think we have studied capital transfer. Do you remember in chapter, I think chapter 10, we have studied capital budget, revenue expenditure and revenue receipts. Yes. So revenue receipts, sorry, capital expenditure and capital receipts. So capital expenditure in the sense what? Like this is what capital expenditure, repayment of capital. Okay. So or else purchase of any assets from other country, that is capital expenditure. Capital receipts means either we will borrow from other country, or else other people, or else we will buy assets. Okay. Do you have any doubts so far? Clear? So what these are the four categories it will comes under, where economic transactions. What is these economic transaction, where it is comes here? You can see economics transactions. So BOP, okay, balance of payment is an accounting statement that provides systematic record of all the economic transactions between our country and other countries. Yes or no? Got my point? So these are the four items which will include in economic transaction. One is visible goods, invisible goods, unilateral transfer. Then last one is capital transfer. Any doubts so far, you guys?
No,
Couldn't
sir.
ask me? Okay, fine. So Pravi, can you please stop?
Yes.